Waiting for a sign that it's time to start a business? I've got 6 of them. Let's go. What up, y'all? I'm Liz Marie, your friendly neighborhood brand strategist, and I help women and BIPOC entrepreneurs level up their brand, overcome chaos, and build generational wealth. That is the goal. So it seems like everywhere you go these days, people are talking about starting a business, starting a side hustle, and maybe you're wondering if that's the right decision for you. Maybe you're feeling pressured, maybe you're excited and not sure if you're ready to take the leap. Either way, I'm gonna talk through a few key and maybe overlooked signs that that's a good decision for you. The reality is not everyone that starts a business has had this in their blood since they were a kid and was selling lemonade, hustling their neighbors and stuff their whole lives. That definitely was not me. I didn't care about making money until I did. I don't want you to fall into the myth of thinking just because this hasn't always come naturally to you your whole life that you're not supposed to do that. But there are some key indicators that this might be the right decision. Number 1, your company cannot function without you. There is a universal truth that the best people in a business go out and do it on their own eventually because they're too good to keep around and let people keep making money off of them. I'm not gonna lie, this was definitely the case for me. I stayed for a really long time and eventually it was just silly to not go and do it myself and make all of the money instead of just being paid a salary because I knew how everything worked and I was so essential to the business that it became why am I not profiting off of this? Why am I just getting paid for my time? And you see that everywhere. In fact, I tell my designers and my team that works with me, I want that to happen. Go ahead, get way too big for me because that means you're gonna be successful. So if you are in your company now and you're finding that you know all of the ins and outs of how things work, you can do your job. In fact, you can do many people's jobs better than they can. And really the business is totally dependent on you. That's a pretty good sign that you should probably be doing this on your own and reaping all of the benefits instead of just some of them. Number 2, you hate having money or free time right now, but you want to have a lot of money and free time in the future. Now, that's just a little jokey joke, but not really. It's pretty true. Starting a business is an investment. I'm not gonna bullshit you about that. It takes a lot of time and money, sometimes your own resources, and sometimes you don't make a lot of money right in the beginning. But the reason you do it is because the potential benefits and end reward is exponential. It's way more than you could ever make on your own most of the time. And you can also ideally do that with way less energy and have more free time and more control over your schedule and go travel and do fun stuff. That's the dream, and that's why people do this. I don't want to sell you something that's not real. It is not going to be like that when you first start out. Anyone that tells you that is fucking lying. But one day you can get there, and it's really one of the only ways to get there in our society today, to break free of that rat race and be in control of your time and your own money. Number 3, your tax bill is crazy. Are you single? No kids? No mortgage? No school? High income? Yeah, you're pretty much screwed. Your tax bill is gonna be insane unless you start a business to start writing off some of those living expenses, business expenses, a portion of your rent, home office, your phone bill, all kinds of stuff. That's a great reason to start a business is you get big tax benefits. And if you're a high income earner, you're gonna pay insane amounts in taxes. But if that's the only reason you're gonna do it, maybe don't. Probably not worth it. Number 4, you are super passionate about business. That may seem obvious, but most people try to take their passion and turn it into a business, which can work, but the problem is they're really good at what they're passionate about. They're not necessarily good at business. And that's where a lot of businesses fail. In fact, it can also really take the joy out of whatever you are passionate about. So a better approach is if you are really interested in business and you like the idea of creating something from scratch and connecting with people and building something and figuring out ways to grow and that kind of stuff excites you, and if it does, maybe it's time to start your own. Pretty good indicator. Number 5, you are really good at something that people really need. Demand is pretty much the name of the game in business. If you can figure out how to make people want what you've got, you're probably gonna be pretty successful. So if you have a specific skill that you're really good at and you like doing and a lot of people want or need it, that's a pretty good indication you should start a business. Finally, number 6, there is a very specific problem that you are super passionate about solving. This is how tons of businesses start out. the founder experiences some situation, has some problem, and cannot find a solution, so they set out to create one themselves. And this could be anything from like world hunger or like these big mission-driven save the world type businesses to something super, super practical, like how to get home on a night out when you're drunk and there's no taxi companies. Hey Uber. The key is that it has to be a real problem that people are willing to pay money to have solved for them. Where a lot of people fail is that they're solving a problem that actually isn't that much of a pain point. So even though they found a solution, there's still not really that demand and their business doesn't succeed. But if you have identified a huge problem and you are super excited about solving it, and you know that other people would really benefit from that solution too, it's a pretty good indication you need to start a business. In conclusion, business is not for the faint of heart. I'm never gonna lie to you about that, but it is super rewarding. If one or more of these resonated with you, maybe it's time to take the leap. Drop a comment and let me know what you think. And if you are starting your own business, check out my free training, How to Build a Powerful Brand from Scratch, to help you get started. Until next time, stay badass. All right, y'all, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down there. And check me out at LizMarieStrategy or LizMarieStrategy.com.